today is going to be my quicker version of my Google Ads for local businesses tutorial. So I did a longer version of this tutorial here, so you could find this video. I'll put it in the video description, but this video is almost about an hour long where I go over different ways to use Google Ads for your local business and some best practices. So this video will go over a lot of the same topics, just a lot quicker, not as much detail. So let's come over here to Google Ads, and what I want to show you today is how we can create Google Ads campaigns for a local business, specifically this business here. So this is the same one I went over in this video. If you've already watched this video, you're not going to get much from this one, but this is really more for somebody who's looking for a quicker introduction to Google Ads for their local business. So if somebody's searching specific keywords, now I looked up a brand name here, but if somebody's searching for HVAC company near me, what you want to look at first is what types of ads are in the search results. Because if you're seeing some of these types of Google local services ads, that means you are probably eligible for them as well if you have a similar company. So these are Google local services ads. You can find more information about them on the help page, which I'll put in the video description, and you can check if you're eligible here. So if you go to the eligibility, you can go through this entire form and basically go through the process of whether or not your business is eligible for Google local services ads. They have a list of some of the different companies that you can use here. So there's a lot of companies available in the United States, and this is available in other countries as well. So if you're trying to get more leads, get more phone calls, then Google Ads is obviously one of the best places to go to because you're able to reach people as they actively search for what your company offers. So what I'm going to be showing you in this video today are just some different strategies and how to set up a campaign for a local service business. So the example I'll be using today is this airdoctorservicesinc.com. This is actually the HVAC company that I use. So what we want to do is, first and foremost, what I would recommend is, let's just say Air Doctor Services reaches out to me and says, I want to run Google Ads. The very first thing I would recommend is check their eligibility for Google local service ads, which they already are using, as I can tell by going to HVAC company near me. You could see the green check mark here means Google guaranteed, and we go to more HVAC pros, and you'll see them here in the list. So probably a little further down here, but we can find, okay, not in the list right now. They were in the list yesterday, so I'm not sure why they're not showing up here, unless I scrolled right past them. But they're usually in the list here, and they are a Google guaranteed company, which means that the company has to get it done right, or Google pays back customers. Google will go through a background check and a screening process for your business, and you just have to pass all of that, all the different requirements needed to run local services ads. And then from there, you can manage all of them directly through Google Ads. It's not something you need an agency to manage. If you want an agency to manage, you can, but generally I'll just tell clients to do this themselves because then they'll get the leads coming in directly through the local services app and just directly to their email. So the next thing I would recommend is you have additional budget, maybe the cost per lead is a little bit high for local services ads. Then what you can do is run search campaigns. So I created this search campaign yesterday. And if we look at it, the main thing I want to go over are how you want to separate some of your different ad groups based on some of the different services that you offer. So they actually don't offer a ton of services here. So air conditioning, AC repair, AC installation, heating, furnace repair, heating installation, commercial work, duct cleaning, ductless work, HVAC maintenance, and indoor air quality. Now, there are other companies where you would have a much larger service catalog. So I just pulled up a competitor, so another similar company that offers HVAC services, plumbing services. They have some products here. So they'd be able to advertise for all of these different service pages. So I'll go over how to do that and some best practices when you're creating your search campaign. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to create a quick search campaign. And what you want to do first before you create your search campaign is set up conversion tracking. So you want to make sure that you're tracking all of the key things on your website, your phone number here, your contact form, your schedule an appointment form. So you want to make sure you're tracking all of these different actions as conversions so you can actually optimize for these actions that are happening on your website. So when somebody fills out your form, then you can actually tie it back to your Google Ads campaign. And over time, your Google Ads campaign will actually improve because what you're doing is you are giving more data into the Google Ads system, and you can use an automated bidding strategy that focuses on driving more conversions to your business. So if we come over here and we create a new campaign, what you want to do first and foremost is you want to choose your objective for your campaign. So in this case, the objective is going to be leads. We're trying to drive phone calls. We're trying to drive form fills. We're trying to drive appointment scheduling. So we're going to set our conversion goals, which I have a long video here about Google Ads conversion tracking tutorial for 2023. Now, if you're watching this video and you're saying, I don't know where to get started with this would be a good time to tell you that I do run Google Ads. If you go to surfsideppc.com/services, I can take a look at your existing campaigns or help you build new campaigns and we can get you started. So that's surfsideppc.com/services. So from there, what I would do is help you with your conversion tracking and help build your search campaigns or any of the other campaigns that you want to run. So if we scroll down here, you want to select your conversion goals to improve your leads here. We're going to click on continue. And then we want to select a campaign type, and we're going to select a search campaign. We want to select website visits for the way we want to reach our goal. We can take our website here, our client's website, which they're not really a client. I'm actually a customer of theirs. So website visits, take this website and then just name your campaign. So we'll just say sample campaign local businesses. Okay, and we're going to click on continue here. Bidding, you want to focus on conversions. You can set a target cost per action. Generally, I recommend leaving it open. The only problem with leaving it open, sometimes you're going to have very high cost per click when you first launch your campaign. So if you have a $100 daily budget, you may find that, okay, my first day I drove 7 clicks and they all cost $12 a piece. This really depends on what types of keywords you're targeting, but ultimately what Google is trying to do is test all of your targeting and see what actually drives conversions. And sometimes what drives conversions are the most expensive keywords because there are advertisers bidding very heavily for these keywords because they drive results. So it can be kind of a tough beginning sometimes when you're starting these campaigns because you may say, okay, my cost per click is way too high for this to ever be successful. Over time, your cost per click can come down, and you can also set a target cost per action and say, I want to drive conversions at, let's say, $75 or less. So I know if we're going to drive a new customer, I need to keep my conversion, my cost per acquisition, less than $75. So that is one option that you have here too as you're setting up your campaign, and that sets some type of limit on the way your keywords are going to be bidded on, but you may still see very high average cost per click when you get started. So I would recommend focusing on conversions, and if you want to control costs, use that target cost per action. And then we'll click on next. We want to use the search network. We can include Google search partners. We do not want to include the Google display network. Next, you want to set your location to target. And the other thing you want to do under location options is select presence, enter another location here, and we're going to select this company works in the Myrtle Beach area. So we're just going to use the Myrtle Beach market. So Nielsen DMA region here. So not a huge audience there, but presence, English, audience segments. So you can add audience segments to observe to your campaign. It could kind of help you find your customers a little bit better if Google has an understanding of what your customers are looking for. So under search here, if you search for HVAC, you're basically just trying to find somebody who's in the market for HVAC services, air conditioning services, so climate control, air quality. Then you could use some of these other ones. People who look for plumbing services are going to be much more likely to be looking for HVAC services. Maybe not immediately, but at least you know that these are people that generally own their home or own a condo, and they're trying to look for different things they need to fix within their house. So you can set some of those audience segments. It's not going to change your campaign much, and you're just observing how these audiences perform within your campaign. Okay, so we'll close this here. Broad match keywords, I would recommend using keyword match types. You want to keep things pretty targeted when you're running a local service ad, because if you use broad match keywords, you're going to find all sorts of irrelevant keywords in your search terms report. Now, the only thing you may want to do is set an ad schedule for when you're open. So you may want to say we're only open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 or something like that. Air Doctor Services is actually open 24 hours. So in this case, I would just always leave my campaign on. So you only want to set an ad schedule if you're not available to pick up the phone call or answer contacts at different times. And if you're not available to actually follow up with your leads quickly, you're generally going to lose them to other companies, especially when it comes to a local service business. More settings down here, don't need to change anything else. We can click on next. And now we can start building our keywords and our ads. So what you want to do here is set your ad group. So name your ad group, look for keywords for your business. The way that I would recommend setting up your ad groups is by looking at some of your landing pages. So for example, we have the AC repair landing page here. So we can create an ad group where we say, okay, let's focus on this page. Let's focus on AC repair and air conditioning repair keywords. And we will update our keyword suggestions here. Yes, replace. And now what we can do is we can use some of these keywords here within our ad group. So best AC repair near me, or AC and heating repair. So you can take all these different keywords. If you're targeting so all these keywords here are generally pretty good keywords that we could target. You don't need to target every single keyword. And what I would recommend doing is putting quotes around these keywords. So you're targeting the phrase match version of this keyword. That is going to target this specific phrase and any other very similar phrases that have a very similar meaning. So air conditioner repair near me, air conditioner companies, AC fixer. So we can take some of these different keywords here. Local AC repair, 24-hour AC repair. This should be enough keywords here to basically target any type of variation that anybody's going to search when it comes to AC repair. So you can go through all those keywords and add all of them to your ad group. I would generally recommend, you don't want to add too many keywords to the same ad group. You shouldn't have ad groups with like 50 keywords in them. You want to keep things as tight and as targeted as possible. Make sure we have these all as phrase match keywords. The problem with using broad match keywords, and you'll see upgrade the keywords to broad match, is it does expand the reach of your campaign, but it also includes a lot of irrelevant keywords. When you're spending a lot on your cost per click, when you are targeting things related to HVAC, it is going to end up driving up your costs. So we have our ad group 1. We can name our ad group here AC repair. Okay, and we'll scroll down. And now you want to create your advertisements. So we'll use our landing page here, the one that we're using for this ad group. Use that as our final URL. This is where we're going to be sending traffic to. And the goal is to send people to this landing page, get them on this landing page, and either call your business, schedule an appointment, or contact you. So that's the goal, is to get somebody to actually take that action. So when you're building your landing pages, you probably want to put your forms at the very top of those landing pages. They have them at the bottom here, but at the top of the page, they also have schedule appointment and the phone call up here. So make it pretty easy to see how you can contact them, even if you don't scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. So otherwise, solid landing page overall. I would probably try to include maybe a customer testimonial, maybe some average ratings and things like that. So then what you want to do is start putting together your advertisements. And what you can do is you're going to see ad strength up here at the top. First, we could set our display URL. We could do AC repair. Next, what you want to do is you want to set a call asset. So this is really important. You'll see it on their ad right here. This is a call asset. These are site link assets. These look right here like call out assets. So these are different ways to add additional information to your advertisements. And you can actually see the way their advertisements are built. Air doctor services, local AC services, repair and replace, probably air conditioning. So these are their description lines. So when you're building your ad, what you want to do is use all of the different areas for ad copy. So we set our call asset here. When you're writing your descriptions, just create 4 different description lines. Air conditioning services done right, including AC repair and installation. So proudly serving Merle's Inlet and surrounding areas. So we could just take some of these just to show how you're building your ads. Serving Merle's Inlet, Pawleys Island, surrounding areas. So that's good. And then, just one more thing. We work hard providing air conditioning repair service to ensure your experience with us. Okay, so we have our 4 description lines here. Next, you want to set your headlines. So if you come up here to the top and you click on add headlines, they'll give you some headline suggestions. So some of these, like quality comfort products, you could do the city like this because they're going to build different versions of your advertisements where they may have AC repair and then Merle's Inlet SC. So as long as it's a relevant location, air conditioning repair, AC repair services, we'll do AC repair. This is brand name, air doctor services. So you could use all of these headlines here, and you're better off using more headlines because what Google is going to do, if we click on the X here, is they're going to make all sorts of ad variations. Now, what you could do is you could pin specific headlines in the first spot so that when people are searching, that in that first spot, it does have things related to local AC services, local AC repair, different keywords so people know that you offer air conditioning repair. But this is a good getting started point. We could add more headlines here. It says include popular keywords. So these are some of the ones they're saying to include. So we could do, I don't know if we already have this one, local AC repair. So you could take some of these keywords from this list and add them to your headline. Okay, so we have our advertisements being built. You can keep adding some different headlines. Just really be focused on what you actually serve. And then I would recommend adding some of these as well. 24/7 emergency service, book an appointment, call us today, things like that. So you want to create different types of headlines where Google can combine your headlines and create a really good advertisement. Okay, business name and logos. You want to add this here, but you need to verify your business to add it. Adding site links. So you want to create site links, and you can see the ones that they have here that they already have listed. So very easy to create. Just, create your headline, create the description line. And all you have to do is set your site link text, set your 2 description lines, and then set your final URL. So in this case, looks like they were doing some of their specials. So we will copy and paste that as the final URL. Create site links. So then it adds more links to your advertisement. Create callouts. So some of the callouts that they had here. If we come over to their ad, air conditioning repair service, Merle's Inlet, open 24 hours. Generally for callouts, it's selling points, it's reason to contact them. So open 24 hours, 24/7 emergency services, serving Merle's Inlet, serving different areas. And then under more asset types, you can also use structured snippets. So this could be useful to show either the areas that you serve, or what you could do is also do just your overall service catalog. So, air conditioning repair, heating repair, duct work, etc., etc. So you want to use all of these assets to build really great advertisements. Creating assets can take some time, so I'm kind of going to fast forward through this part a little bit. You can create a lead form. If you do create a lead form, you definitely want to make sure that you have it set up where your lead form automatically will go into your CRM, and you can do it using Zapier. So that's one thing that you would want to do. So we have our ad created. We have our relevant keywords for our advertisement, relevant keywords for our landing page. So what we want to do next, we want to scroll down and click on next. Okay, so next you want to set your average daily budget. So generally they recommend a budget based on our campaign settings, bidding, targeting, keywords, ads. They're saying weekly it would cost us $2,100, 109 conversions, $19 cost per conversion. Wouldn't necessarily use these weekly estimates as perfect. Generally, they're a little better than the actual performance. So set your budget however you want to set your budget. I'll just use the recommended budget. This is a pretty high budget for just getting started with a campaign. Generally, when I get started, if my budget was $300 a day, I would start basically at half of it while we go through the testing process and then scale my budget up over time. So we'll click 300 here and just click on next. Make sure our campaign doesn't run because I don't want to send people to their website and off my own dollar. Okay, campaign is ready to publish. This is what your campaign should look like. So campaign name, search campaign, your objective is leads. Your goals here would be your main conversion goals. So phone call, schedule an appointment, contact us. Any way that somebody gets in contact with your business, you want to make sure that you're tracking. So we have our goal, bidding, maximize conversions. If you want to set some cost controls, you can use target CPA, and it may help limit your average cost per click when you get started. You can also set a portfolio bid strategy. So I'll show you how to do that after we launch this. Google Search Network, search partners, location, languages, audiences. We have 12 keywords, one ad. And then what you would want to do is publish your campaign. And after your campaign is published, what you would want to do is go into your ad groups and continue building ad groups. So our first one we have here is AC repair. So click on the plus sign and create a new ad group the same way we just created that ad group throughout the campaign creation process. And again, what we could do is come over here to services. Let's just take duct cleaning, for example, and we'll come back to Google Ads, enter a URL. So duct cleaning, enter that keyword here, get keyword suggestions, and then we would do the same exact thing where we're going to target keywords, air duct cleaning services, air duct, and target these keywords. Target them with phrase match keywords. Just focus on keywords related to duct cleaning services, duct cleaning company, duct cleaning near me. The one thing you may get are some people searching for how to do it themselves. That's where you would want to add some negative keywords into your campaign, but save and continue. Create your ads and continue launching your ad groups until you have targeted your entire service catalog. So for a company like this, they would have a lot of ad groups. You'd have air conditioning repair, you would have air ducts, duct cleaning, ductwork ventilation, air handlers, boilers, ductless systems, gas furnaces, heat pumps. All of these would represent different types of keywords that you're going to target. And what you're trying to do is get people to these pages who are actively searching these keywords. So they come in here and come to the bottom. Now they should have at the very bottom, they have need heat pump service. I would put this more towards the top. They may have this more throughout there. They do have this up at the very top pinned, so it is easy to see their phone number and everything. But then you would want to actually track every time someone requests a service with your business. So these are local service ads. We're going to leave this page for now. You want to keep building your campaign out. I'm going to pause this ad group so that I don't run this campaign. Click on next here, pause ad group. And what you could do to kind of finish off, if you're trying to control your costs a little bit in the very beginning, you can set a portfolio bid strategy. So if you click here, target CPA, let's just use our target CPA of 75. Under advanced options, you can set a maximum bid limit. Now the keywords can be a little expensive for HVAC, so you may want to set a larger bid limit to get started, but this will at least make sure you're not spending like $30 per click or things like that on brand new keywords that you don't really have any type of performance data about yet. So it helps you kind of limit some of those bids in the beginning, and then you can ramp up your campaign depending on your target CPA. So these are these are Google ads for local businesses, including using Google local services ads, how I would set up a search campaign, basically create ad groups for each individual service that you offer, target the most relevant keywords, use phrase match keywords, send people to relevant landing pages, and create ads based on the keywords that you're targeting in every single ad group. So this is a quicker version of my Google Ads for local businesses tutorial. Hopefully it's helpful, and hopefully if you're looking for something a little quicker, this would be an easy one to do. You still do need to set up conversion tracking. I go through that in this video, and I'm actually going to revamp my conversion tracking tutorials again because I've kind of changed the way I do it. But ultimately what we're trying to do, drive people to our website who are looking for our services so they schedule an appointment or give us a call, drive new customers, and get as many leads as we possibly can in the door. So if you have any questions about any of this, please leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.